Welcome back, Source Nation. You're listening live to Can We Talk by Master Relationship Coach Myra McKnight.
Hello, everybody. This is your host, Myra McKnight, and I am so glad to be here with you, and I do really, really appreciate you all letting me come into your space at this time today. We are going to have an amazing show. As always, I got an amazing, you guys are not going to believe the show for today, an amazing, amazing young woman that's going to be in the studio today, and we are going to talk about her entertainment business that she has created, as well as how she's done it. She's an artist, a writer, and founder of this cabaret-style club, which displays beautiful women and talks about the femininity of women and cabaret style. And her name is Sunni Stephens. So if you haven't heard about her or you haven't seen her, they're debuting another show in Miami in June. So I want you to stay tuned. I want you to call in and ask her questions. Call-in number is 619-924-0933, 619-924-0933, and ask her questions. And it is going to be fun and enlightening, and it's going to be different. And I am so glad, again, to have you guys to be a part of this show and this platform, our wonderful Source Nation family, and I thank you for allowing us to come into your space. Now, you know, I always have to give you a thought for the day or a word for the day or something. But, you know, looking at my guest and gathering information about her and what she does, because what she does is different. And I don't know if too many of us are going to step out in that category, in that realm, but that's just one thing that's different. There are so many things out here that are just amazingly different that you can build on. You can, that's new, and that's something that's out of the box. And what she's doing is out of the box. And I'm telling you, I am excited. I'm looking forward to hearing about what she's doing. So let me give you the word. The word is unapologetically you. Just being unapologetic about being who in the heck you are. Why do we have to be like somebody else? Why do we have to do what somebody else says we should do, or what someone says they think we should do, or what our family has done traditionally, or what they even say that, you know, ladies don't do this. Whatever the case may be, you can do whatever you choose to do. At some point in life, you have to become unapologetic about you and who you are. And I say that, too, because I had to come to a point like that at some point in my life, and it has been so many years ago, I don't know how many. You know, sometimes people want to be your steering wheel. They want to steer you in a way that they think you should go. And you have a flame inside of you that says, this is what I want to do. This is what I'm thinking about. And not that they don't care, or your goal or what you want to do is so way out there. It's just that might not be something that they want to do. But you have to press on and push on anyway, and you got to be unapologetic about it. It means that you just decide that I'm putting these shoes on, I'm putting my big girl panties on, and I am going for it. I'm go for what you know. If you like it, okay, and if you don't, that's fine too. You don't have to be upset with anybody. The only person you'll be upset with because you didn't do what you wanted to do has to be you. You can't allow people to force their thoughts upon you. Why would you do that? You are created as one human being. You're not latched on to a group of people. You are one individual, and you have the right, the God-given right to be whatever you choose to be and to flourish however you choose to flourish, no matter who likes it. And let me back up a little bit, guys, ladies, and maybe gents. The thing is this. If you are not hurting anybody, if you are giving art, or you are giving music, or you're giving something that makes the body, the soul, feel good from a holistic, spiritual, kind of way, then you're doing a good thing. You're not hurting anybody. No one sets out, I would hope, some people might, but your intent is not to set out to maim or hurt or disrespect a person. When you step in the arena of who you are, that is just it, the arena of you. And you can flourish in all kinds of ways of being who you are. Women are very creative creatures. I mean, we create something out of nothing if we allow our energy to flow. If we unstop ourselves, or if we stop trying to be like every other woman there is, because there is only one of you. And yes, you're a woman, but there's only one of you. And you don't have to do what every other woman does. There is a special gift inside of you that has already been created, and the seed has already been planted, and all you have to do is water the best of you. And when you water the best of you, I guarantee you that seed is going to grow into something amazing, and you're going to be surprised at yourself. You just have to be forceful and unapologetic, ladies. Don't forget the word, unapologetic. Don't apologize for who you are and what your goal is and what what the grit of you really has become in life. When you get to be a young woman, it's kind of like you put your big girl panties on and you say, okay, it's time for me to roll. Nobody else but me. So I'm going to take a quick break, and on the other side of the break, I'm going to have the amazing Sunni Stephens is going to be in the studio, and we're going to talk about this amazing show that she has created, that she travels all over the world, and she gives that beautiful art of womanry and feminine and beauty and just robust kind of look for ladies, and I'm excited about that. So stay tuned. Our phone number is, again, 619-924-0933. See you on the side.
Source Nation, stay tuned. We'll be right back. You're listening live to Can We Talk by Master Relationship Coach Myra McKnight.
Source Radio Network is just one of the many platforms that is used to fulfill dreams of our listeners and create a purpose that will impact the lives of our communities, cities, and the world. It is often said that great things will happen when a group of driven people work together to accomplish one goal. We're giving people the opportunity to have a voice, translate words that haven't been heard, and paint pictures that no one has seen. Source Radio Network is fueling your life's purpose. How can you listen? www.blogtalkradio.com/Source Radio.
Hey you, do you know your history? Do you know your culture? We have a beautiful history full of triumph, determination, perseverance, love, hope, faith, family, and community. And as your great griot, I want to share that history with you. A griot? It's pronounced griot, or in English, a griot. It's a West African term for the person who keeps up with the genealogy, the history, the culture, shares the stories of the people, and so much more. We're like a walking library, full of knowledge and ready to share. I'm going to take you into the history and the culture of your people from all over the world. A griot's purpose is to serve the people. That's right. As the great griot, I am here to serve you. Because the more you know, the more you grow. Wait, that's not my quote. Oh well, it's the truth.
The Great Griot, a brand new Black History web series. Check us out online at www.thegreatgriot.com or subscribe to us on YouTube at youtube.com/thegreatgriot.
Yeah. Let's get it. and many nights I cried myself to sleep, crying what about me? Saying, oh Lord, do you hear my prayer? My struggle's kinda hard, you see. Just when I thought about giving up, His glory came through, He whispered in my ear, I never leave you, don't you worry about a thing. I'll take it from here, got my breakthrough, yeah. I shouted from the valley to the mountain top. When I cried to myself, took the blame to myself, took the shame to myself, yeah. Felt nobody really cared for me, then my struggles take a hold on me. But you came to my rescue, held me in your arms the way that you do. Then you whispered in my ear, said, I'll take it from here. Got my breakthrough, yeah. I shouted from the valley to the mountain top.
Welcome back, Source Nation. You're listening live to Can We Talk by Master Relationship Coach Myra McKnight.
Hello, Source Nation family. This is Myra McKnight with Can We Talk? And as I said to you, I was going to have our amazing guest in the studio with us, and I'm going to introduce her in just a moment. But before I do that, let me please thank our wonderful sponsors. For without them, I would not be able to talk to you on this beautiful, beautiful day. We have WGLRO.com, Paper to Film Productions, Revolutionary Mills, Scott's Cares Foundation, and Urban Grandstand Digital. We thank our sponsors for allowing us this opportunity and this platform. Now, without further ado, I am glad to introduce to my audience Sunni Stephens. Hello, Sunni.
Hi, how are you? Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being on Can We Talk today. I am glad that you accepted our invitation.
Absolutely. It was my pleasure. My pleasure.
Mm-hmm. Now, I have said whatever I could possibly think to say to our audience about you. All I know is that you are amazing, and I like to know how you built this amazing business. And first of all, tell us what it is. It's a little different, of course. I like to know all the ins and outs and the goods and the bads and all that kind of stuff about what you do, Sunni.
Absolutely. First, thank you so much for the kind words. My name is Sunni Stephens, and I am the executive producer of a contemporary cabaret called Clubesque. So Clubesque, I really started and conceived this. I call this my baby, in 2014 in Atlanta. I was formerly an artist, a published writer, did music for sitcoms and things like that, but I've always wanted to pursue a career in the entertainment industry. And so the entrepreneurial background as well as the business background and being educated and coming from a family that's really hardworking and just drives those principles in me, I decided not to wait for the industry to sign me or to do the status quo thing and start to invest in myself. So probably since year 2000, I started investing in myself and my career, putting out independent albums, traveling the world, touring, and things of that nature. But I've always loved the stage. I think personally as an artist, anybody can sell a record, but it takes an entertainer to sell a seat, and that's the key to longevity. So I really focused on the performance aspect of my career. And as I performed on these stages with these amazing artists and legends, I started to realize that this is what I want to do for the rest of my life in regards to being in front, out on stage, as well as behind the stage, because you can really control the content then. So what I did was I started to research the different types of entertainment that I loved. I love burlesque. I love drag performances. I love live music. I love dancing, but I could never find a place that really put all of these different genres together on one stage. So I said, hey, let me do it. So I wrote a storyline. I researched each of these genres. I got the people that I was completely fans of to become a part of this production, and I titled it Clubesque. I titled it Clubesque because I really was tired of the club, that there was a need for me as a consumer, my type of consumer that still wanted to go out, still wanted to have a nice meal, have a drink, dance a little bit, see some great talent, and go home. So that's really what the concept of the show is to give everybody all of these different types of aesthetics when they go out, to have a real night out again, someplace where you can dress up, where you can eat a little something, where you can dance a little bit, and just really have fun and see great talent. So, I started it in 2014 in Atlanta, and I'm transitioning it to Miami Beach as we speak.
Yeah, I saw that, and and that's amazing. And what's catching my eye, I got to wrote a little notes as you were speaking, is that what I like about it, something is that you're saying I did. That I statement is really popping to me, because a lot of times we are waiting on someone else to do it for us.
Absolutely.
Or we're waiting on them to discover us, to find us, to seek us out. And we have we're the talent. And so basically you're saying I'm the talent. So, let me create it around the talent in which I am.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh, wow.
If you believe in yourself enough, or I wouldn't even say if you believe in yourself, if you know that this was your purpose here on this earth, then you will make a way. And when you can't make a way, God will make a connection for you to continue to make a way. And so what I do impacts people, not just in the traditional way, but it's always the story behind the music that helps the cast, that helps the audience. I don't know. It's magic. I call it magic. And I know in my deepest of hearts that this is what I was meant to do. And so I couldn't sit around and wait for anyone to do it. I had to do it myself.
Wow. I mean, when you did it, it's kind of like you did. This is a huge, a huge undertaking. But tell me, I have never personally gone to a cabaret event. I've seen them. I've seen a lot of them, and I think there's probably quite a few of them like me. So give me basically like a storyline. I know it's beautiful. I've seen it on television where it's beautiful and it's sexy and it's live and it's colorful and all that. But tell me what the storyline would be in something like that. Me and some others, because I'm probably not the only one who's invented one.
Absolutely. Well, first, let me say that cabaret, I think the word has been misused in recent years, and that people associate cabaret with maybe strip club or gentleman's club. Cabaret, in its true definition, is a variety show. And if you think back to the Cotton Club, to Harlem, to Copacabana, those were cabarets. It was a variety show of talent, of singing, of dancing, of beautiful costumes, of different types of display that may or may not have burlesque performances in there. And burlesque is a more, I would say, tasteful striptease that had an element of comedy or satire in it, etc. So that's really what cabaret is. Now, when I say clubesque, a contemporary cabaret, is that I bring it current. I celebrate the three dimensions of a woman: beauty, personality, and soul. And what I mean by that is it's really my transition, so it's kind of a biopic. So when I was young, I was all about, wearing the latest trends, what's the latest makeup, reading Cosmo, reading Essence, just really into the beauty, the superficial part of it. I didn't get to know me until I was in my 20s, and I think that that's when a lot of us, I know, put our own spin and start to step into the woman that we are, so we add our personality to it. We become more comfortable in our skin, and then as we get older, I haven't, I'm not, I would say 40s, 50s, and beyond, because I look at my elders. They have this grace about them. They become wise. They become soulful. If you start to develop depth as you get older. And so I wanted to display that transition and all different types of women, of women's shapes, of ethnicities on stage, so we can just be celebrated for being multidimensional instead of these one-dimensional beings that society tries to pigeonhole us into,
Absolutely. And what you're saying, I love it what you're saying, because you said, beauty, personality, and soul, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay. And that is truly the essence of a woman. And I hear you also saying about you grew up, and all of us as women, as young girls, we grew up with the makeup and the wearing mommy shoes, or putting the bora across our shoulder and those kind of things. Most of us did. But I know we get a lot of pushback as women today about the things we do for us, as far as our makeup, our hair, our body, and things like that. And sometimes the opposite sex kind of, which is mind-blowing to me, Sunny, because I never forget, I told my husband would tell me, he's like, well, you don't have to do all that. You don't have to put all that on. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I do. Because if we're walking down the street and I don't put it on, the woman next to me that's walking down the street, you see, you're going to look at her and admire that. So, yeah, I do need to put it on. Not so much as for him, just for me, for me to feel how I want to feel. And,
absolutely.
And when I was working in corporate, I was never so glad to get out of corporate, because I felt constraint there. And when I got out of corporate and was able to do my own thing, I could be as lavish as I wanted to be, whether it's natural hair weave or whatever. But when you're in that corporate arena, you're kind of you're caged to
you're in a box.
Being free. Absolutely. You're in the box. You have to be, the heels and the suit and the straight hair. That's pretty much where you have to be in that corporate arena. So those kind of things you're talking about, and investing in yourself, just being you and being beautiful, because every woman is beautiful. I think the outside of what we do just transcends it should transcend from the inside when you learn to know who you are. So, didn't mean to stop you there, but that kind of made me think, when you put that together, when you're talking about cabaret, you're right. Sometimes it is, it is associated with strippers. Well, I don't know if it's associated today with strippers because that's a whole different kind of thing today.
Right.
I don't know what that's going on that's happening today. I think it's kind of taking it down a little bit from what it was probably intended to be, from that part. But the Gentleman's Club, the talent show part, I like about that. What you're saying, and it's a variety show of talent. That really sounds like something that anybody would want to just kind of partake in.
Absolutely, and I most of my audience is comprised of, I would say, women and single women and single middle-aged women because they see themselves on the stage. The other differentiator, I think, is I wanted to see myself. I'm not the skinniest. I'm not the biggest, but I look and I celebrate and I see beauty in women that are considered more voluptuous and the athletic body type and the real thin frame. I see beauty in it all. And so many times we go see women on display and they're one type. So I wanted to showcase all these different types of beautiful women that I think are gorgeous, that I have come across, that exudes classiness, that exudes grace, and that exudes just being naturally sexy. And I think what connects my audience to my cast members is because they see themselves taking the next step. It's easy for someone to look at, let's say you are a size 10 and all you see is a size 4. You're like, I'm never going to do that or be that, or you may become intimidated. But if you see a size 14 or a size 8 on the stage being sexy and knowing how to move and talk, you're going to be like, wow, I can do that. And we've encouraged so many women at our shows. They've actually taken classes and things afterwards because they're like, well, gosh, I'm sexy. I'm sexy. I'm beautiful. And I'm like, absolutely. Yes.
What kind of show, what kind of classes would they take, Sunny?
So what I do in my show is I always pull from very distinct communities. So when you come to a show, you will always see these elements. 1, live music, singing, a DJ, dancers, showgirls, burlesque performers, drag performers. So in the burlesque community, what I try to do is partner with the local community in whatever city I'm doing the show in. And when they come and they do their performances, a lot of them have classes afterwards on teaching ladies how to be feminine, how to walk straight, the curves in your back and your hips, etc. And one of my favorite burlesque troupes, believe it or not, I think the smallest girl is a size 18, and they are some of the most beautiful, sexiest women that can do a split and look at you and make you feel some kind of way.
Oh, my gosh.
Yes, ma'am. The Atlanta burlesque community is amazing. And so women see that and they go, well, I want to learn how to do that.
I'm going to tell you, I want to learn how to do that.
Absolutely.
Man,
I want to learn how to do that.
That is amazing. We all can step it up a bit, So I'm gonna write that note so I can make sure I tell the ladies to look into those burlesque classes.
Absolutely.
Kind of step up the game just a little bit, maybe, huh?
Just a little bit, and it teaches you grace. Like for instance, we did a whole class. I mentored with a young lady named Pearl Noir. She's the number 3 burlesque performer in the world. They call her the Black Josephine Baker from Texas. Beautiful chocolate woman. But we did a whole class just on standing and looking. And she said, the sexy part is not in how you move, it's in how you don't move. If you can engage somebody just standing there and looking at them, you've won half the battle.
Wow.
Can you imagine that? A whole hour class just standing there and looking like, am I doing it right? Or just, or just walking, shoulders back, back up. So they're teaching you grace. They're teaching you that, your curves in your body, be aware of them at all times. So, it's almost like a lady in training when you come to my shows as well.
And you know what? And that's good for women. I think that's just that. And you haven't even told about the storyline, but that even sounds truly inviting because, I think a lot of women lack that. And I can see where coming to your show can really encourage women to be, because sometimes women get into the mill of doing so much for everybody. It sounds as though coming to one of your shows is just for them. It's kind of moving everybody out the way. Don't worry, I'm not worried about the dishes or the clothes or the kids or whatever else. So this is my time to get into my space, to begin to live my dream, mentally. And even, spiritually. So that seems like that's something that can help a lot of women because, most women don't know that thing in which God has built in a woman is that grace. And I think that grace has been shattered because of a lot of misconceptions in relationships and not actually making intentional self-care a priority for you in your life.
Wow. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Wow. Man.
So yes, you get all of that in my show. So we talk about. Let me just touch really quick on storylines. So we start off in the 20s. You're talking about Hollywood glamour, so it feels like the Cotton Club. You have your big showgirls. We take them through the old Hollywood days, and then we transition them to what we call our soul set, a.k.a. Studio 54, which celebrates just being the powerful Foxy Brown women that we are. And then we bring it current today. So we talk about how we are mothers and we are, presidents of companies and entrepreneurs and how we put on our power suit, but then we go home and we may breastfeed our kid and then we may be wise to our husband and turn around and do it again. So we celebrate that today. And then at the end, I think one of the funnest moments and our biggest differentiator is it turns into a club. And we only do the club for about 15 minutes. I call it I call it our Zumba period because our DJ serves as our MC, and it's literally a very interactive, like flash mob style dance. And that is the show Clubesque. Afterwards, we mingle with the crowd, take pictures, have glasses of wine, and then we go home happy.
Wow. That is amazing. That's amazing. And you've been doing this since 2014. Where are some of the places that you have toured to bring your live event to the community?
Absolutely. So I've been in Atlanta. That was my first home base. We've been in Texas and Dallas. We've been in Kansas City, Missouri. We've been as far as Italy. Italy is my second home. I have family over there. So we did Torino, Italy, and then Miami.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how is it received in the community? Because it's truly something different. A lot of people haven't experienced it before. I think it's a beautiful thing, but what has been the reception of the community in doing what you do? Did you have was it a tug-of-war and bringing
It really wasn't.
Okay.
It really wasn't. I think that the places that I chose were very strategic in that I was in the corporate world as well, and I traveled for a living. I was a consultant. And so at night when I would go out, I would see and feel the energy of the community thirsting for something like this. And because it's all-inclusive, I think it really was just right timing. Most of the people in my audience, they are repeat clients of ours. It becomes like a ritual for them. So I think in my experience, the show has been very well received in each of the cities because it's something new. And when you talk about glamour and showgirls and wow, you see feathers and, you know, you see all different ethnicities and all different types of women represented, it piques your interest.
Right, it does.
Yeah.
It really, really does. And what a magnificent, I actually, you know, just working with women in that genre is magnificent anyway because of the beauty of women. So, and so we've talked about what you do and how you got started. Now, let's share a little bit, if you will, about, how you began to build a business. You know, you're on the front line, and you're giving us that. What about the back? What about the back? Because you said what you had to do, you know?
Yeah.
And because there's a lot of women out there who have a gift and they have a passion, and they're waiting on somebody else to find them or discover them. And you talked about what you did, and you made happen what you wanted to happen, so you had more control than if someone else had said, Sunny, you know, I'm going to do this for you, and this is what you do.
All right. Well, that's a great question. A lot of hard work, but I'm not going to say the cliche thing. Here's really honestly how it happened. First, I had to get clear on was this God's path for me. I was blessed when I came on this earth to be skilled and talented at a lot of things. But I had to figure out, okay, you know, I'm smart, I like music. People can be passionate and talented at a lot of things, but if that's not your purpose, then I feel, and my philosophy is, you're going to have roadblocks, and it's not going to come to fruition. So I had to get clear on if this was my purpose. Did God set me on this earth to do this? And once I got clear on that, I used every single opportunity in every facet of my life to sharpen my skills. So, meaning I worked 3 jobs pretty much all of my life. At the peak of my career, I was the vice president of a $2 billion healthcare company that I was over 3,000 employees in 2 different countries. And I took all of those skills that I learned, Six Sigma, I was a green belt. Jack Welch, he just preaches efficiency, and I was in his class and learning how to do expense reports and learning how to present and learning how to consult and do budgets. I took all of these things from the corporate world and I applied them to my business. I've been on a very strict budget. 20% of all of my income went to my living expenses. The other 80% went to funding my show. And that's how I did it. I met my soulmate, beautiful, 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 best person ever in 2010. His name is Davide Bronzini. He's Italian. And he completely just supported me. And so we pulled our income together, and this was our lives. We only lived within that 20% budget, and everything else was the show, and we did everything together. We built the fans, we researched, we saved money, we got loans, we maxed out on credit cards, we did all of that to put the money into the show, to put the money into the advertising, into the marketing, because that's very key as well, to make sure that we balanced the budget, to make sure that we registered our company as an LLC. So I thank the corporate world for giving me those skills because it helps me to propel my company to be legitimate. And so pretty much that's what I did. I connected with all of the local contacts. I call it traditional marketing, guerrilla marketing, and non-traditional marketing. So I did sponsorships with like Jezebel Magazine out of Atlanta, The Atlantan, et cetera. I scouted out the venues and did the deal with them, and then it was just marketing and promotions from there. And so I would work 10 to 12, go to rehearsal, hire people. I ran payroll after the show, paid everybody, and hopped on a plane and went to work the next day.
Wow. And you know what? You made it happen. So you, and that, you know, for our listening audience out there, and it does take work when you have a dream to uncover your dream. It does take work. It's kind of like, you know, it's buried somewhere in the sand, and you're just kind of pushing that sand out the way as much as you can to get to that nugget of treasure, because you know that if nobody else believes in it, you do, and that's what keeps you going.
Absolutely.
And there's something else you said, Sunni, that I wrote down that's so important for our audience as well to adhere to, is that we must first get clarity. We need to know what we're going to do, what we want to do, and is it feasible? Is it, you know, clarity is so important in getting that okay from God that this is you. This is your gift and what you're supposed to do.
It keeps you sane. I tell you that. It keeps you sane, and it keeps you focused, because when you don't and you want to give up, you know, I cannot give up, because this is what I'm supposed to do. And so you have your measuring stick as well, because when your back is up against the wall and you're just about to give up and something happens, then that's validation or confirmation from God that, you're really supposed to do this. So when it gets hard and tough, you just you know, you rock it out. You just keep pushing, because you know that you know if you're here to do this, it's going to happen, with or without kicking or screaming.
No matter how you want to give up, it's that something inside of you. I had another guest and we talked about that nudging. There's something inside of you just won't let you let it go. And you just be like, I don't see it. I don't know what's going to happen, but I just can't let it go. I just got to keep going. And everything around you looks like it's caving in, or it's not working, or it's going slow, or it's not moving. But then there's that little bit of light somewhere that we all know that's that light God gives us to just keep going no matter what. Because you can stop at 100, but it's the 101 that's the clicker right there.
Absolutely. And also, if it's not self-serving. So that's the other thing I ask. I'm like, God, is this self-serving? Like, I really don't want to get rich from this. And this is what he showed me. He showed me the results of what I do in the dancers coming to me saying, wow, I'm a better one. I'm a woman because of this show. You've taught me so much. In the fact that I get emails and letters from audience members that go, thank you. You know, I've reconnected with myself, or I reconnected with my husband or my boyfriend or my girlfriend or whatever because of the show. You know, I get people that almost, it's like a drug. Like, I have to see this because this is the only place I can feel free. So I say it's the story behind the show. For young women to see true love, or to see how a man treats a woman, because they see how my husband treats me. Little simple things like, Sunni, I wait for guys to open the door for me now, or I see how Davide talks to you, so, you know, I don't let people talk to me like that anymore, or you're always so poised, even when you should be angry or going off. So it's the story behind the show. It's so not self-serving. I do this for that, for them to have somebody. You know, it's easy. It's easy for us to look at our mothers and our aunts and the older generation, but who do we have for our generation to show us how to be women, how to be graceful?
Absolutely.
You know?
That is so true. I say that all the time. I'm glad to hear somebody say that. We were not taught to be that way. We were more taught to be and to be a part of service to everybody and to do for everybody, and then that takes away from that part of that beauty part of us, because you truly can't do everything for everybody else and maintain beauty, even inside or out. You just can't do it because it requires time. there's a lady in the. I tell the ladies, from in the biblical days, today you have to be an Esther and a Delilah. So your husband wants both of them. He don't just want one. He wants an Esther and a Delilah. And it took Esther 2 years for them to perfume her, to prepare her, to make her graceful, to get her beautiful for the king. Now, some women don't want to take 20 minutes, and they walk outside and they look a hot mess. And I'm just kind of like, how do you even walk out the door as a woman and look that way? And I think, how do you even, knowing that you are a woman, there are certain prerequisites that just go along with being a woman. And it just has to be, and the gracefulness and the beauty and this the not having the ratchet syndrome going on and that kind of thing. Amen.
Amen to that. Amen to that. Smile sometimes.
I'm telling you. Get off the ratchet train. It's kind of like, you was not born to be that way. If women knew their power in them, and no matter, just like you said, Sunny, no matter what size you are powerful as a woman. Truly. And men, and when you're, and like you were talking about the burlesque show, men are confident. Men are it's sexy for men to see confidence.
Absolutely.
And if you can walk and sway and stand, like you said, that just exudes confidence, and that is sexy for men. If women will understand being a woman is powerful.
Absolutely. Without doing anything, you are amazing. You are a goddess without doing anything. All you have to do is realize it, And I'll even take it a step further. It's not for the for the attention of men. We all know that when we put on perfume and when we do our face and our hair is we feel some type of way inside.
Absolutely.
It makes us feel good. I get dressed up for me. Most men they don't care. You can like you said, your husband said. You can be in your sweats. It's whatever, baby.
No makeup, nothing. Yeah, whatever. Take the weave off. It don't matter.
It doesn't matter. But it's us. I like dresses and sparkles and diamonds. That's the way God made us.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
Recognize that for yourself,
absolutely.
and it's okay.
It is okay.
Absolutely.
It is absolutely okay. Yeah, to be as beautiful as you choose to be. And you're absolutely correct. For you. You have to do it for you because it makes you feel taller. It makes you stand up more. It makes you smile more. It just does something to you when you are, even if you're in a relationship and not in a relationship, and I say if you're unmarried or married, whichever, just doing it for you every day and walking outside and greeting the world in your best suit. In your best suit. It's just an amazing part. And I'm telling you, what you've created, I just know that this is, this is an amazing, because I'm excited. I wish I had caught you when you were in Atlanta, but when you come back to Atlanta, I was sure you'd be able to come to one of those, because now I'm excited about
absolutely. I would love for you to come. Be my guest.
I'm going to do that because I've never seen it before. I'm going to constantly be telling the ladies that I work with about that. Have you heard of it? Because it is something, I think it's something that connects with us, that like you said, that goddess, that's something that connects with us as women, and that's what we need, our own connection of all ages to be able to come someplace like this, because this is truly God-inspired, because women need a lift,
They do.
Of what we've seen before and actually what we see on television today. We actually need a lift of beauty and confidence and classiness and sexiness.
Amen to
without it being attached to something else, especially with it being, because I looked at some of the dancers and ladies that you have, it's kind of like, it's kind of like they wave in together. and there's no competition there. There's no you think you look better than me there. It's all fused in together as the power of one, as women, and that energy there just makes it feel like it seems as though it's just women, just the power of women, and nothing, no jealousy is in that the component of what you do there.
It's not, and it's a couple of reasons why. I thank you for recognizing that. But one, I don't do auditions. I handpick everybody that's in the show, and I research them, and I connect with them. If I don't have a connection with you, then you can't connect with the audience, and you can't connect to this show. It's not for you. So that's one of the things that you may see exuding through that. Two, I believe that we all feed each other's off of each other's energy, and how the coach plays is how the team plays. Yes. So I'm always smiling. My shoulders are always back. I'm always graceful, you know. And so they're just mimicking Mama.
Right, absolutely.
You know? They're mimicking Big Sis. They're playing dressed up.
Wow.
You know?
And so, you know, and they don't have a problem doing it either.
No. Wow. They love it. Yeah. I have one young lady. She hadn't seen me in a while. She cried in my lap. She was like, "I miss you so much. You taught me so much." One of my dancers, you know, because it's like Big Sis, a mama. Right. And I talk to them, and I get into their lives, and I let them in my life, and you know, even when I'm always honest with them, even when things are rough and hard and I'm at my lowest, they still see me smiling, graceful. Absolutely. You know, I say I may not be happy today, but I have joy. Right.
Absolutely.
And that's what she
Absolutely. Oh, this has just been amazing. I'm telling you, Sunni, you have done. I can't even express it. You have opened my eyes just in this last 50 minutes, because I believe that it is, you know, this is God inspired, and it's what women need today, because women don't have a lot, especially the young women coming up. They don't know what grace is. They don't know what it means to be, you know, graceful and classy. And sometimes they thumb their nose up, you know, like you're trying to be bougie. But you know what? I'm like this. Well, if you are, you are. I mean, what's wrong with that either? You know what I'm saying?
There's nothing wrong with that.
Okay? Ain't nothing wrong with being bougie, right?
Nothing wrong with
that. And matter of fact, you might want to be bougie, you know?
Right. Everybody should strive for that, because that means what? You speak well.
Absolutely.
Nice things. That means
absolutely. It's nothing wrong with
you expect a certain level of fineness. You know, absolutely. Yes.
What is wrong with that? You know. So that's what we need to strive for, and I don't know if it's too hard for women to do that. I don't know, or sometimes they've been tore down to say you don't have to be that, or you just this, or you just that. But I said today, you know, my word for day was just be unapologetic. Just be, you know, be the best and be the ultimate of a woman that you can be. And we can go to high heights. And I'm just, you know, really thrilled at what you have given us today as women and on the association platform. But, Sunni, I want you to give us your information about you, how they can connect with you, how they can connect with the cabaret, and so how they can see you, or what you would give out to your audiences.
Absolutely. So you can connect with me in two ways. If you want anything about the show, to know anything about the show, all of our social media hashtags, as well as our website, is clubesque.com. That's CLUBESQUE. You can Google it. It'll pull up everything. It's branded to that. If you want to send me a DM, email, personally, anything, SUNNI, my first name, Sunni, and then last name Stephens, STEPHENS. So, again, that's all across all hashtags, all social media. website, etc. I encourage people to contact me personally. I answer all emails. I'll even talk to you. I remember one time this young lady on Instagram, she responded to a picture in a negative way, and I said, hey, DM me, let's talk about it, because she was like, I'm tired of seeing these images talking about, be positive, et cetera, and I just felt something was going on with her at that moment, and she come to find out she was suffering from depression, and I'm like, well, I've been down that path as well. Let's talk about it. So I'm open. I'm open.
Yeah.
I'm open.
Good.
So, to know about the show, it's Clubesque, and to know about me or connect with me is Sunni Stephens.
Okay, wow. And what would be a parting word that you would give the ladies, Sunni?
I would say get clear on your purpose. Find a mentor, Eminem, and what I mean by that is I call them someone on Medicare or someone on Medicaid. You can learn about life from them. I've had them all of my. You learn how to be wise and graceful from our older generation, and you learn how to be free and unapologetic from children. They're so innocent. So find an Eminem, get clear on your purpose, and live for your purpose. Stay beautiful.
Absolutely. Well, I'm telling you, Sunni, it has been amazing. You're beautiful outside, inside. What you created has been amazing and extraordinary, and I really want to be able to pass that on to, the ladies that I work with as well, and to make sure, and I will be friending you on Facebook as well so I can stay connected. And so when you come back to Atlanta, I can make sure that I get me a front row seat to the next show.
Thank you so much for having me.
Well, I want to thank you. It has been fun and entertaining and enlightening as well. And I wish you, and I know all our listening audience, wish you Godspeed in what you're doing. And we will be talking to you again because we know you got some more exciting things coming ahead.
Thank you. Thank you so much. The pleasure is all mine. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening and stay blessed.
I will. Thank you. You as well.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Well, my Source Nation family, there you go. This is Myra McKnight. What Can We Talk? And that was just amazing. I tell you, I've never been to a cabaret show, but I am going to find one and go to one. Don't forget, the word today is unapologetically. Unapologetically you. Be unapologetic about what you're doing. If this young lady hadn't followed her dreams, if she had let someone get in her way and tell her what she couldn't do, if she sat around, like some people say, wait, she didn't do that. She stepped her foot in there. She believed what God had given her and told her to do, and she did it. She's unapologetic by it, and look what she has garnered from that. It's amazing to see people step into the world of what God has given them and be that. She's in the front and she's in the back, and she's doing it. This is Myra McKnight. I thank you again for allowing me to be in your space one more time this week. I hope you have an amazing weekend, a wonderful week, and a blessed happy hour. No matter what you do, be unapologetic about it, and we'll meet again on Can We Talk. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Get at me for beats, y'all.